Hi Pisces, this is your astrology horoscope for March 2016 with me, Lada from Astrolada.com. And this is such a huge and important month for many Pisces because there is a solar eclipse happening in the middle of your sign in Pisces. This happens once every 9 years that solar eclipses move into Pisces, And this is when fated events tend to happen. This is when the universe gives us a cosmic push if there is too much stagnant energy to unblock it, because we humans, we rarely would make changes if it depended on us only. And sometimes we have to be triggered from outside, and this is what the solar eclipses do. And they're karmic. They bring karmic events, fated events in one's life. And this one in particular is happening in Pisces, and it's a it's a solar eclipse. Solar eclipse is when the sun and moon join together. So mother and father, god and goddess, male and female energy join, merge, and create new life. And this is inception, conception. This is when there is a solar eclipse. It's a ultra powerful new moon, basically, when the sun and moon are exactly on top of each other, like proper conception happens, proper fertilization, or how do I say. And this is happening in your sign, so it's all pretty much indicative that the whole 2016 will be very much a time of new beginnings for many of you. And I want to give you some specific days. Those of you who have their sun or moon from around the 14th to around the 20th, 22nd degree in Pisces, they will feel it the most. And you can find out your ascendant or moon if you don't know them and if they happen to be in Pisces from my birth chart calculator. But you need to go to the planetary detail table. And if it says sun, moon, ascendant in Pisces, then this eclipse will trigger you. But also check the degree, because those who have their sun, ascendant or moon from I would say 14 degrees to 22 degrees in Pisces, they'll feel it intensely. It will manifest on the physical, on the material level in their life, like a big new beginnings, new changes. And those of you, basically it means that if you're Pisces sun, that you were born from around the 4th till around the 13th of March, you'll feel this eclipse. Especially the ones that are born around the 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th, wow, the eclipse is happening right bang on their sun. If you have your birthday around, the 8th, the 9th, the 10th of March, if you're such a Pisces born on those days, then there is a solar eclipse, new moon solar eclipse on your birthday. It means the next year, the next 12 months, they're life-changing. So not all the Pisces will have all those life-transforming influences immediately, but specifically those degrees that I mentioned, or those degrees and those days that I mentioned. But all other Pisces will also feel the urge that something new is brewing, that there is a new inception happening, conception in their life. So this can come in the form of new ideas. This can come in the form of all things. And probably you've noticed, especially if you're born around those days, but if you're Pisces, that a lot of things are starting to go out of your life, because new beginnings, before they're allowed to happen, there needs to be emptying in your life of many aspects and areas, so you can make space for something new. So if you've been losing things, people or jobs or careers in the recent months, actually you should not be sorry or fearful about that, because this new eclipse in Pisces is preparing new fertile grounds for you. In order to fertilize something, many times farmers, they have to burn it. They have to burn the previous, remains, and then the ground becomes fertile. The same thing is with eclipses. So some things might have to go out of your life, but don't be afraid of them. You might feel extra emotional, sensitive, like you're feeling you're on the verge of a big life change. You can feel overwhelmed emotionally and fearful. Sometimes eclipse blinds your mind, makes you feel like eclipse of the mind, eclipse of the heart. But this is only normal, because the eclipse is preparing this new ground for you. And maybe not immediately in March. In March you might get the ideas, you might get the whiff of where, even in February you'll feel it, because the eclipse is active from February already. But you might feel the wind where it's blowing. You might feel like, yes, something big is going to change in my life in a big direction. Like you're derailing trains when there is an eclipse there in your sign. Even if it's not exactly on those degrees, you still start feeling this shift. Instead of freaking out, just calm yourself. Don't allow the negative energy to take over. Be prepared that, wow, new beginnings, get excited. And now is the time this month for you, Pisces, all Pisces, because this is when the sun comes back to the sign of Pisces and revitalizes you, is to come out of your retreat. Maybe in February you were feeling a bit more withdrawn, more retreated, but now the sun comes and vitalizes you. So month for new beginnings. And it might be on many levels, new beginnings. Because if it's your sun, moon, or ascendant, it might be in your personal life, family life. It might be in your relationships, because Jupiter is sending aspect to your from the 7th house of relationships to your triggering this eclipse. So there might be new beginnings with relationships. There might be new beginnings overall in your direction of life, with your career, if it's the sun in Pisces, with your overall where you want to head in life. Sometimes people get fired or get new jobs. They say that when there is an eclipse on your sun, on that year, within a few months of the eclipse, you will become like a king. What I've noticed is that people usually get promotion of some sort, get a new job, that they get more authority of some sort because the sun is authority. If it's your moon that happens to be in Pisces, the eclipse then triggers new beginnings in your personal life, in your family life. Sometimes there is like a child that comes, sometimes a new member of family, sometimes one member goes away, and in different ways. Maybe they leave the house, or maybe they, the ultimate way, and other time, but it makes space for a new member of family. There might be like, if it's your moon in Pisces, new change in your home environment, new place of living over the next few months that comes to you. If it's your sun, it's more career, if it's your ascendant, overall path in life, everything can change, But at the same time, there is so many planets this month, Pisces, activating your 7th house of relationships. So there might be new beginnings and changes in relationships as well. And there might be a little bit, because planets in the 7th house of relationships are opposing your 1st house of self. So there is like tension. There might be provocation from others that are pushing you to develop, that are pushing you to change as well, or because you are changing yourself because of this eclipse. You're provoking others who are used to you reacting in some way, whether it's your partner, whether it's your business partner, or personal marriage partner, or boyfriend, girlfriend. So they can be like provocation and a bit of push and pull between your needs and the other person's needs as well. So be aware of that. But changes in relationship can happen in personal life. Then there are planets, Pisces, in your 10th house of career. Saturn and Mars are there. Yes, 10th house of career. So again, even if it's not your sun that is in Pisces, even if it's the moon or whatever, something, or the ascendant, your career again gets activated, Saturn and Mars, with 2 very demanding planets. So especially in March, April and June, while Mars is in your 10th house, you might have on you some bosses that are very demanding, or authority figure, like a father figure, someone who's standing higher than you, that's putting pressure on you to work harder, or to be more responsible, to take more duties in a sense. Or it might be your inner authority that speaks to you, that pushes you to become more ambitious. And over the next 3 months, you'll have an opportunity to change something in a big way in regards to your career and in regards to your social status. Saturn and Mars there, if you're resisting changes in your social status, it can bring it in a forced way. But if you're doing it, you have a lot of perseverance, willpower, almost soldier-like ability to plow through such changes in regards to career, in regards to social status. And social status can be also marriage, because marriage is our status in society, But something was shifting there, and the shift is starting from March. Such a huge month. Actually, in March, or around your birthday, or if it's your ascendant or moon in Pisces, certain period in March, you're going to start getting huge intuitive pushes and almost like inspirations about what you have to do over the next 12 months. Because this is when the universe sends us signals about the course of action we have to take, and actually not only sends us signals, but starts those changes in our life. So it's time to take action. It's time to initiate right now. And if you're resisting it, the eclipses will do it anyway for you. So thank you very much, Pisces. Oh, there is another eclipse. Sorry, the other eclipse is the lunar eclipse, which is happening in Libra. And for Pisces, this is the 8th house. So lunar eclipse is about fruition, something coming to completion. The solar eclipse is new beginnings, and they're all in your life. You know, it's in Pisces on many levels. While the 8th house is a specific area of your life where you can see completion of matters, where you can see the result of your actions, which is to do with emotional intimacy. If you've been putting hard work into that, you might see some completion in that, some results. 8th house is banks, loans, money from other people, resources from other people. So you might receive something that money that you expected from clients, or some payment that comes to you from another, or some kind of maybe if you've been working hard to attract more clients and finances from clients or investors of some sort, you can see returns and rewards from such equal to your efforts, of course. It might be disappointing results, of course, but there will be like a fruition, you seeing the results of something to do with other people's money, something with investments that you've made in other people's money or other people's resources. Or like maybe if you've been expecting a bank loan, you can receive it now. If you've been expecting some inheritance, which is 8th house, you can receive it. Something, with all those, if you've been expecting some results from the tax office. And when I had lunar eclipse in my 8th house, I got money back from the tax office, which is I expected to be giving twice as much, and instead I got money back from the tax office. So anyway, this is the possibilities. There are thousands more, but obviously we don't have the time to mention all of them, and there will be very much specific to your personal horoscope to say where exactly those big changes will be happening. And if you're a Pisces, and if you happen especially to be born on those days that I mentioned where the solar eclipse is happening, you can send me an answer to one question, or then I can look at your horoscope and tell you where to expect those big changes happening in your life. So thank you very much. Subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next month.